From rainy days to gasoline and farts. We have a good one today, folks, I think. I don't know. A good amount of these are chemicals, so please don't huff anything after this list. I gotta start off by saying that. You know why you're here, guys. Let's get smelly. Here are the top 10 weirdest smells most people secretly like. Let's dive in. Kicking off the list at number 10, a rainy day. This one I hope we can all agree with. A nice light one to kick off this odd list. It rains, you go outside, and it smells like everything wonderful. A little bit of grass, maybe some concrete, maybe the scent of a worm or two enters through your nose, really grounds you, you know? It makes you feel like a human being. That smell is so relatable because when it rains, bacteria called actinomycetes, which hang out in soil in the ground, they produce spores usually when it's not raining, but after a shower, those spores get sent into the air, releasing a chemical called geosmin. That's the main smell that we're all familiar with after it rains. That's what we're inhaling. So we're smelling dying microorganisms found in the soil. How lovely is that? A study was also done in 2015 using fancy high-speed cameras, and raindrops release aerosols. Yeah, we're literally smelling the circle of life with every drop. Number 9. New shoes. This next one, I'll be honest, people were hesitant to admit about online. Some sneaker threads, people were like, oh yeah, I stick my nose in my shoe every time I buy it. There's like a photo of people like in their shoe. It's really funny. You have to go check it out. Google people smelling shoes. That's not a weird one. There you go. Even shoe stores, like I worked in one for years when I was in school, and I was at peace every day. The smell just took you someplace else. The secret ingredient that brings us all back is probably leather. Stores like to smell like luxury. That's their goal. You walk in and smell new leather. The same reason you walk by an American Eagle at the mall and you immediately choke on cologne and broken dreams. You're trying to smell like what you're selling, right? Smells that sell. Hashtag smells that sell. Shoe stores were inhaling leather, rubber soles, glues, fancy finishing spray to give it that new shoe glam, water protection, and most importantly, we're not smelling anybody else's feet. So they're doing something right. That cleaner really should be the only thing we smell when testing out our fancy new kicks. Walk in and be like, nah, let's get the out of here. Number 8, new car smell. Okay, no more jokes. What is this thing? What is new car smell? Why do we love it so much? Is it the little pine tree that dangles from the rearview mirror? I need to know now. New car smell hangs out for a few months, hence the name new car smell and not just car smell. It's so common at this point that we're trying to recreate it. We're literally trying to bottle it back up so you can fool your date into thinking you didn't just clean your car 40 minutes ago. That desired scent is automotive plastics. Knew it. Simple. It's simple, always. Along with the fact that there's also no bad breath that's ever been in there, that car is completely fresh. You can smell the leather, you can smell the seats, you can smell the steering wheel. Sweaty palms have not lathered it up yet. It's so fresh and so clean. Don Goldworm runs a scent-based branding and marketing company in New York City. They create colognes for Lamborghini owners and stuff that I'll never relate to. But their theory as to why we love this new car smell is because just like new shoes or a rainy day, it's the nostalgia factor. Makes you just puts you in a good mood. Reminds you of those old Lamborghinis you'd get, you know, when you were younger. Number 7, inflatable pool toys. Ah yes, inflatable alligator breath. Is there anything better on a hot summer day? If you've ever spent the majority of a beach day blowing up inflatables for your friends and being lightheaded and being so weak, you'll recognize this one. The smell we get from inflatables, be it pool toys, air mattresses, water wings, that really cool inflatable purple couch everybody's older sister had for 1 month. It's a plastic odd smell. If you had an agenda in elementary school, it's a front cover smell. What is it though? According to a couple German researchers, that summer smell could be the presence of polyvinyl chloride, something you don't really want to be inhaling. It sounds dangerous, you know? Other tests were done, and some of these inflatables have over 40 different odors, including organic solvents like cyclohexanone, phenol, isoporone. They're toxic. They can lead to tumors or even mutate your genes. And no, I don't mean mutate like the X-Men. I mean like you're sick, depending on exposure levels. We like this smell, but we really shouldn't. What can you do? Number 6, chlorine. This one is going to divide us all, I have a feeling. Because you've been splashing around in a pool chock full of chlorine. Your body also smells like the pool now, forever. It smells like chlorine. Your body also smells like chlorine. It smells like the pool forever. The Smell and Taste Treatment and Research Foundation did a survey back in the early 90s, and chlorine made people feel happy. Yeah, it reminded them of childhood memories. Most chemicals don't remind me of my childhood, but I'll admit, chlorine definitely does. Chlorine was discovered in 1774, but was unnamed until 1810. Then it was suggested after the Greek term for the color green, which chlorine is in its natural gas form, which was chloros. When I was younger, I would like lick my arm and then smell it, because then the chlorine would be stronger. When I was younger, he says, like I didn't do this last week. Number 5, gasoline. You knew it would be on the list. Maybe you scrolled through just to make sure. Gasoline, of course. You're 12 years old, it's a winter night, dad's pumping gas, and you're sitting in the back just loving it. You're just inhaling it through that little crack in the van window. Is it nostalgia, or is it like I'm getting addicted to gasoline? What's the deal here? Which lane are we going into? Pun intended, gasoline. Is this low-key a problem? Well, inhaling gas fumes isn't recommended at all. It happens time to time, either you're pumping gas or you're a lucky passenger who gets to sit and sniff. The smell comes from benzene. That's the main ingredient our nose is picking up. The same ingredient that was used in the 1800s in aftershave substances. So people in the past have smelt this and thought, yep, gonna need that all over my face right away, let's do it. It's not just you, don't worry, people in the past also love it. Another leading theory is, of course, nostalgia. That cold winter night that I painted at the beginning of this point, that's what gasoline is to me. Hashtag my gasoline story. What's yours? Number 4, your own farts. Of course we have to talk about it. This came up everywhere and it was the first thing that came to my mind when I was making this list. Everybody has a brand. I swear to God, I can tell who you are in my family, like who's near me just by smelling a fart. I'm like a police dog. I can see the past. We like our own farts because we produce them. We're that selfish. Even our farts, we're like, yes, that's the best thing I've ever inhaled. Then there's laundry candles. It's because we habituate. The bacteria that creates the smell is like a thumbprint. It's unique to us. We release the beast about 10 times a day on average. Those are rookie numbers if you ask me. Do you like your own farts? Sound off in the comments below. Can't believe I just asked that, but please let me know. Is it just me? It's gotta be. Chris, do you like your own farts? Sometimes. Okay, we'll talk after. Something at 80-20% ratio, it's not bad. Number 3, puppy breath. This one I don't agree with, but it's listed so often that I had to bring it up to the general public. Puppy breath, little baby breath. I've had puppies before, I haven't had them, but I've definitely, been around them, you get it. I've smelt their breath, and I'm not a huge fan. It's not bad, but it's certainly not good, you know what I mean? There's always a secret ingredient with all these things, and for puppy breath, it's because their mouths are so clean. They haven't developed any plaque or bacteria yet. Another main factor here at play, it's pretty gross and weird, but it's their mother's milk. That sweet smell of life, that's what's drawing you in. Maybe if this is intriguing you, maybe you want to go find out for yourself, go sniff some dog mouths. This is the case with many dogs. Some obviously have like gingivitis or a rotten tooth or whatever. It's not always going to be sweet milk breath. That's only reserved for when the puppy isn't teething and its gums aren't constantly being ripped apart yet. There's a small puppy breath window. Enjoy it while it lasts. Number 2, markers. I'm not talking about the scented markers, obviously. Those are a blast to sniff. I wish I brought some today. I'm talking about markers that aren't fun. More importantly, I'm talking about markers you really shouldn't sniff. Sharpies. We borrowed one from a friend, maybe to write your initials beside your high school sweethearts in the, some sort of desk or locker situation. But at one point you gave it a quick and you felt good. You felt really good, but why? Why did we do this growing up? Why did we sniff paint? Did it do damage? Well, what we're inhaling is the volatile organic compounds, and they're added to the markers so that the ink dries up faster. So your ideas stay where they are. They don't go boom and leak down like, paint does. They have similar effects on the brain as alcohol or sedatives. Inhaling Sharpies is not a good idea. As much as I'm selling it, don't do it. It slows your brain down, and those compounds replace the oxygen that enters your brain, leading to hypoxia. So stick to the smelling markers. They're literally made for this reason. Also, I wrote Brian instead of brain, so that's why you shouldn't smell markers right there. That's a good example. And finally, number 1, tattoo parlors. Hospitals, tattoo shops, Claire's, they all have a certain smell, and it's weirdly good. It makes me nervous, but why? Well, if you've ever gotten a tattoo or an eyebrow piercing that ripped out of your face when you were 20, you know the moment you walk in, you're nervous, you're excited, but that smell, it just hits you. Really gets the BPMs going in your chest. This is more often than not green soap. That's what you're smelling. That's what's getting the going. You can use it on clients' skin to really clean them up, right before you tat them up. You can't just get this also from any Bath and Body Works. In order to obtain this sweet treat, you have to have a licensed shop, so don't get any ideas. And stay safe. This was a fun list, but stay safe. Guys, those were 10 really weird smells we all secretly love, and I'll be honest, I really want to do a part 2. So hit that thumbs up, comment down below, some more odd smells that changed your life, and then we can keep this good thing going. I've been your host, Taylor McWaters, and we'll see you next time on Most Amazing Top 10. Peace. Like I'm gonna rob a bank. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, here we go. That smell is so relatable because when it rains, bacteria called actinomycetes. Okay. Usually when it's not raining, what the actinomycetes. Actinomycetes. Good morning. So we're cut the good morning out. That was weird. I don't know why I put that in. I don't know. I'm like, good evening. I think I was gonna try and write something else, but I'm like, I have no idea what good morning meant in the middle of that. I'll write it sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know what he was gonna say, but I'm not gonna say that. That was some old But yeah, walk off at 9. This guy's getting risky. Don Goldworm runs a secret, not secret, it's not a Don Goldworm, I hate that last name, makes me laugh. Your body, sorry, we have poltergeists here at the studio. They act up on Wednesdays. They're loud today, eh? Can you hear that? Yeah. Hospital shops, hey, get your hospitals.